I want to welcome you to our devotional this evening. As I began thinking today on some things and just realizing some things that were going on in this world, or at least we see them daily, but they made me think a little more today. In Proverbs, the 22nd chapter, verse 17 through the first part of 19, he says, "Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, if all of them are ready on your lips, that you may, or that your trust may be in the Lord." I began to try to think about myself how the world sees this idea of being wise and how they assume that each of them have more wisdom than the other. And we see this continually in our everyday events in this country today. We often seek to know the good and the bad, or the right and the wrong, from places or from the wrong places. And we seek information from those around us for peace and happiness and life, or that we might have a complete life, often finding nothing more than destruction. I think on these things at this time because of the stance I see taken in our country today. We see things in chaos. We see the streets of many cities being destroyed. We see businesses in many cities being destroyed, seeking for some idea. For the most part, we're seeking something to bring a greater economic uplift. And yet we're destroying businesses, we're destroying cities, we're using money that shouldn't have to be used. We're creating chaos in the streets, taking over and disturbing people's lives. But to what avail? Our government is involved, our society for a great part is involved, and they see themselves as wise, all the while opening up to more chaos. I want us to listen for just a moment to what is said in the Word of God. In Psalms 104:24 it says, "O Lord, how manifold are your works, or how great are your works, how many are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creatures." And we think about what he's saying is that all the creatures that fill this earth, every creature, every man, every woman, every child, every beast, every fish, every bird, are the creation of God himself. If they're all God's works, who should know their order better than him? In 1 Corinthians 3:18 through 20, he said, "Let no one deceive himself. If anyone among you think he is wise in this age, let him become a fool that he may become wise. For the wisdom of this world is folly with God. For it is written, he catches the wise in their craftiness. And again, the Lord knows the thoughts of the wise are futile." The words of the wise, or the thoughts of the wise, are those who think themselves wise in this world. Their thoughts are futile. Their thoughts bring them no credibility. Because we have so many that think they're wise that they can't decide what wisdom really is. They fight each other with their own thoughts and ideas, trying to overpower one another, destroying all the while. We need to be very careful. Each of us need to be careful not to fall into the wisdom of the world, but to seek the wisdom that is of God. I want you to listen to what he says in James, the 3rd chapter. We look at verse 13 through the end of the chapter. He said, "Who is wise and understanding among you? By his conduct, let him show his works in meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth." In other words, don't seek to make everybody think that you're better or smarter or more important than the others. This is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. He's saying that all the wisdom that man speaks out and attributes to himself is demonic. It's simply looking to build one's own self up and destroy everything else. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, oh, do we not have plenty of that? There will be disorder and every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere, and the harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. Do we understand that wisdom is not anything close to what this world sets in front of us? This idea of seeking godly wisdom, seeking to live a life that brings peace, that brings love, that brings care. And so many people are looking in so many places to their own destruction. If we would just spend the time and seek wisdom from that one who is our creator and learn to lean on him, learn to seek him, learn to look for the way that this world should work through God, we would cease to have the difficulties we have. And yet man is man. And he seeks to be better through his own doings, through his own accord, by his own opinions, instead of seeking the guidance of that one who made him. As we go through this week, I hope you will look to the words of God to make your decisions, to seek to do things that are right, to seek to lead others in a manner that they should be led, to treat others in a manner that they should be treated, to care for this world instead of destroy it. I hope that you'll take these words with you today. I hope that you have a good week, that you can enjoy the things that are around you, that you can see the wickedness that strives to prevail, and that by some small measure you might seek God's wisdom to offset what evil you can offset this week. May your week be blessed. May you enjoy it. Thank you so much.